overcharging in. Does hear that medkit being popped, and there you go. Rico Infinity in pursuit of their back-to-back chicken dinner. Can they pull it off, Necro?
They can definitely pull it off. They're looking pretty strong in this final zones. And guess what? TDK as well, they're not far away, Fixes. They're also at contestation over here. Legend taking a lot of shots. That's a risky move, Legend. That's not how you move in the final zones. Was out in the open. The back of fire wasn't really there because Suyog also got taken down. This leaves TDK with only 2 players alive. Rico Infinity have the man advantage in the final zone. Oh my god, I want to see if they're going to be able to convert this into a chicken dinner. It's looking pretty possible. Jane goes down. 1 man left alive. Nigma Galaxy griefing the run for TDK. Raouf is the man taking a lot of dig on TDK. Sandesh, the only man left alive. Oh my god, top 3 teams alive, including TDK. Finally, 1 man drops down. This leaves Rico Infinity with only 2 men alive now.
But they still have 10 kills to go along with. Quite a really massive jump is what we're going to witness from this side, as it has all come down to this Mexican standoff. It's going to be Sandesh against Rauf Lord and Skeeton Fidan. It's going to be a 1v2v2 situation, as Suyog, I did not see him getting that revive anytime soon. As Lord, he is definitely going to take him down. Fidan, he's going to be lobbing all those grenades, but nothing really seems to have connected. As Skeeton, he's going to pull off some kind of a surprise, some sort of a miracle if they have to secure this coveted back-to-back.
That's for sure. He will have to. Enigma Galaxy as well. They have 2 players alive. And guess what? The tables have been flipped. Now Enigma Galaxy have the man advantage inside this one. Man goes down from Rico Infinity, getting the rest back up on the final man. It's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be next to impossible. There's no way he's going to be able to get the rest back up on the fallen man. And yes, that's what exactly happened. Kills get confirmed. Enigma Galaxy now looking to get this chicken dinner. They're only playing for this prize money, and if they're able to at least pull off some shenanigans in the final day, that can help them out quite a lot to at least try and secure those prize pool.
Yeah, definitely. And considering the fact that how the circle has really panned out, I really love the chances of Enigma Galaxy, the way they've positioned, the way they've built covers for themselves. Rauf and Lord, they're all charged up. They're all wild up. They know exactly where Skeeton is. They exactly know where Sandesh is located. All they're waiting for is just for them to step out of that cover that they've got. Sandesh, he does have that solid rock, but for Skeeton, it's a soft cover, which is going to dissipate any single moment just about now. Now, Skeeton does not really have a lot of choices, not a lot of options to work around with, but Enigma Galaxy, they've got to select their targets really wisely, as Rauf, he's stepping out of his cover any single moment, might spot out. Skeeton does though, but Skeeton, he's gonna rattle those bullets at Rauf's direction, who indeed prones down as he's got his direction set at Sandesh right now. But who is gonna take that next shot? Who is gonna get that next knock? That's the big question, as finally Skeeton falls, and it's going to be a 1v2 showdown as Sandesh stands right in front of the players of Enigma Galaxy.
Oh, it's a 1v2 situation. Position being revealed. They exactly know where Sandesh is, but it seems like Sandesh is well and well aware of what's going on around him. Spots 1 player, takes 2 shots, only to the next one. He's handing out haircuts. He's looking to give another one to another player of Enigma Galaxy. Push comes in. Lord goes down. But still, Raouf behind the tree healing himself. That's quite a questionable way to challenge the fight. They were challenging the fight one by one. Almost lost that, but Enigma Galaxy, oh, they connect that final headshot to get that chicken dinner in their hands. And they come out on top in this one.
All right. They had to go balls deep in this one to secure that win. But Sandesh, valiant effort, man. I've got to give it to this lad. The way he maintained that calm, steel demeanor over there in the situation, did not panic at all. Had he had a little more HP, could have been a completely different story. However, the boys of Enigma Galaxy have finally secured themselves the chicken dinner. Important one, and it has come at a really crucial time. Considering how things are happening around the points table, this is going to be so chaotic. I'm pretty sure the desk would have their minds blown away from what they just witnessed right now. And really, even us, I mean, we certainly do need a breather. We need to have a reset. So we're going to take a little bit of a chill pill. We're going to go in for a short little break, because right after that is the desk coming to break the fights down.
keeping it real. I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hello and welcome to PUBG Mobile Pro League MENA and SA Championship Finals is where we are at, and this day just keeps on getting better and better from one game to the next. MENA definitely proving their mettle right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the way these teams are playing today, oh my God, they are just incredible. It looks like a full-fledged MENA day so far. With I mean, obviously, out of 5 games, they have secured 3, so that's a really good considerate number that MENA region has for themselves now. So,
Well, talking about
Hats
numbers,
off.
let's have a look at the most valuable player coming in from this game.
oh, Malik.
Malik
This was a good comeback from
yeah.
Wizzes, yeah.
I mean, definitely. And it was a circle that was definitely favoring their position as well. The damage dished out 1106 for 4 kills and 2 assists. Ocean, what do you have to say about that?
4 kills coming down to assists. Yeah, it's decent, right? But 1100 damage? That's something that obviously, just like you said, right? That's just out of the equation, and that just, takes down, let's see, Ralph and Lord. 5 and 3 kills for them, 778, 866, and obviously 27 minutes of survival time. That's just good. Rico as well. Sandesh coming down with the 3 kills. Pretty decent. But well, it was kind of a redemption game for Nigma Galaxy just from the previous game. As of now, they just, yeah.
And especially the revenge arc as well against Rico Infinity, because I mean, there was a certain point, I'm not going to lie, I thought Rico Infinity were going to walk away with a chicken dinner on this game in this game as well, but no, they were dealt with quite nicely, and then it was Nigma Galaxy who finished the game, and then we got to see the players take a sigh of relief, and that is why. Look at the damage received, 1085. So they were in a lot of trouble in well, at a lot of times in the game, but they still survived. They prevailed.
Yeah, and that too with less average survival. Think about it, right? Less average survival as compared to T2K right now. But then again, they have 24 points. Nigma Galaxy, they have it for themselves. 17 for T2K. Well, it looks like Nigma Galaxy has entered the top 4 as well. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to just, see that in the overall. So let's just keep that suspense for that area only. But right now, if we look at this, Nigma Galaxy just outshining all the areas except one where Malik just, has made up his own marker. And well, if you look at this, out of 4 people in the highest skills, 3 are from MENA. MENA region it's delivering today.
Yeah, I mean, all the teams from MENA doing a wonderful job, and that makes me wonder which team is it going to be on the next game. The map that is going to be Sanhok. So that is something that we're going to come to in a little while. But look at the match rankings: 24, 20 points to Rico Infinity. Wizzes Vibes walking away with 18, but not seeing I8 in the top 8, it breaks my heart, Ocean.
It shatters.
And talking about shattering, well, Deadeye is also not able to deliver.
Yeah.
I guess they were the first team to be eliminated, right? Yeah, they were the first team to be eliminated. They just got 1 kill point only for themselves. So that's just one of the things. A1, if you just have a look at their performance as well. This team now with just 2 games remaining, I don't know. There's you can just increase your bank if you have good games. That's just one of the things for these teams. But again and again and again, well, every team has tried. Quite a few have succeeded, but well, it all still comes down to the fights around the circles as well.
Well, talking about the circles, it is time to move on in with the zone analysis as we look at the teams and their rotations.
Surprisingly, you guys saw, right? Let me just, draw a flight path here as well. This is so not up to scale, right? But kind of, this is where the flight path was.
Yeah.
So you saw a team just, dropping down to these areas and then obviously just trying to go onto their own own loot locations, right? This is where we saw 2 teams just going down. Almost early chaos, but not exactly early chaos that happened. But after that, if we'll just move forward, you guys saw what happened around the bridge sides, like I8, Stalwart. Still, they try to. I know I8. It's just a double guess that they do. Previously, they used to rotate from one side, but this time, well, you remember, classic I8 strategy used to be to move from this area and to get inside the circle, no matter what happens. But this time, there's always a double guess. This time, if they are here, they don't care. They always have a different route for themselves, and they move from this area, which, all right, it's okay if you want to go for it. But again, this is not paying you correctly. They need to understand with just one Sanhok and one Erangel remaining. I would want to see what their actual rotations come down in the final Erangel, when most of the teams would want to go YOLO as well, Johnny.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And this play right there from I8 was kind of a YOLO play, which was, I believe, a little too early in the day as well, because as you explained, it did not work out for them, and it backfired for I8, and it destroyed the game completely for Stalwart Esports as well. But as we move forward to the later stages of the game, this is when I thought, all right, Rico Infinity, they're going to be phenomenal. They might just walk away with another chicken dinner, because Wizzes Vibes were busy, sort of distracted with the players of Nigma Galaxy. T2K were, well, they were bound to collide with Nigma Galaxy after a few seconds, but Nigma Galaxy then all of a sudden deciding to switch things over, just finishing off the players first and then going for T2K next. It became quite intense for them, and I think even they did not expect that to happen. They were expecting them to be the team surviving till the very end.
Definitely. I mean, T2K's final place, and they did try and level up, but was not allowed to do so. And Nigma definitely walked away, Nigma Galaxy, with that chicken dinner, confirming them in the top 5 with some wonderful points. But along with all of that, there were so many other fights that took place that has combined them through the Oppo F19 Pro moments.
Oh, this is the one that I'm talking about. Think about this, right? Obviously, so you take one player down, you think like you're doing really good, but then Johnny comes in with his vehicle and just rams you over. Well, then after that, IA did try to get a few confirmations here and there. So does Stalwart, but still, both of them, the damage was done for both of the teams. And well, it's not just a damage in game; it's damage on that reflects on them mentally with the pressure moving on and building up forward.
Yeah, and talk about pressure going into Sanhok, it is going to be at its peak. Because if Sanhok does not go I8's way, if they don't, now I want to see a chicken dinner. Because if they don't get a chicken dinner on Sanhok, it's going to be too late for them to recover.
That is correct. Just that recovery might not just happen overall. We'll have to see definitely for that match to just come down and what happens onto that one. Because so here's the speculation, right?
Yeah.
Now for these two teams that we are talking, DE, I still feel they have a comfortable spot, because obviously DRS is there, and Nigma Galaxy might just be ahead of them, so they might have a comfortable spot. But for I8, they need to have 2 flawless games with a lot of pressure coming up, with everything. I don't know, do something. Just maybe stay backside of the circle, get your heals to one place, just like Nasser does, right? They give their heals to Namo and just that lad goes for the heal, but just do something out of the blue. But get those points. This is really important for that region in its entirety. This is really important for those players in its entirety. And well, GC, that's at stake now. 2 games remaining. Like what, 1.5 hour. That's you have to give everything in this 1.5 hour for yourself.
Yeah, the final 90 minutes of this tournament to decide the top 4 that will be moving forward to the Global Championship, joining Nigma Galaxy and DRS. And I think Rico Infinity is definitely going to be moving forward. The way they are playing, it is, again, flawless performance from this team. So they, as you said, DEADEYES guys, it looks like they are in a comfortable position, and I would put Rico Infinity right next to them at this point. But Sanhok, I guess, is definitely going to be critical for every single team inside this top. Look at this. Just trying to be stealthy. I mean,
Sneak 100.
Yeah. But I guess that worked against T-Rexes. It is Rico Infinity. They are not dinosaurs. They are really, really wonderful players. So even if you don't move, they will see you.
Sure. But now, after all this happened, the final fight and all those things, obviously there was just one lad surviving, so you could just funnel the players out, try to funnel the players out from 2 directions and all. Well, it just did not work out for T2K in this one. But Nigma Galaxy finally, look at that, they still had a sigh of relief. That shows that again, even the big names are facing pressure.
Ooh, the pressure is rising, that's for sure. But talking about the games that are going to be upcoming now, based on the previous one, well, the damage are looking pretty neat, because so many of the teams were part of fights. Yeah, but again, as so perfectly mentioned by you, that 2 games remaining, a few of the teams, well, now all they can bring in is a YOLO start to maybe be able to get their bank numbers a little up. But when it comes to being a part of the top 4, it is looking pretty difficult.
Well, I want to see the top 4. I want to see the top 16 right now, not just top 4 right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on along and have a look at the overall ranking. That's going to be the storyboard, and what exactly is it going to dictate after the 3 games done? Rico Infinity moving all the way to the top with 2 chicken dinners, 97 points, 2 points shy is going to be DRS Gaming. And then is Stalwart.
Wow.
Close,
Nah.
still very close.
I thought Rico Infinity was going to be safe, but they're sitting on the first.
So for I8, they have to be at 6. As of
Exactly.
now, 6th position. There's not
They
a
need
lot
the
of
chicken.
difference. For Train to Kill, 6th position, not a lot of difference. For Cryptics, stay at where you are or do even better. Well, there's not a lot, there is quite a, but still there's not a lot of difference against DEADEYES, guys, if we just talk about it. Then after that, it's like top 4 teams. Well, both are in their nervous 90s right now.
Yeah.
A bad move might as well just take you down. But well, it's 2 games remaining, so not a lot of nervousness maybe for these teams. But for Stalwart, for DRS Stalwart, well, this team, the lads, the players, they are defending champions of South Asia Championship, right? So they'll have to just look forward to that. DRS, they want to make up their marker again to be consistent with each and every championship that just comes forward in front of them. Rico Infinity, well, coming down from MENA just in South Asia, just doing brilliant. I don't know what might happen in these 2
So
games.
at this point, just on the standings right now, there are 2 wars happening at the same time.
Yes.
2 battles happening at the same
Yeah.
time. One is definitely the battle for glory for the $40,000 for the first position. The difference being a total of 4 points between the first Rico Infinity and on the 4th Enigma Galaxy. And then there's the battle for qualification between Cryptics, Train to Kill and I8. As Ocean mentioned, you have to be on the 6th position because DRS and Enigma Galaxy are both in the top 4. So the next teams will qualify DEADEYES, guys, and whoever is on the 6th. But Ocean, I don't want to leave it to chance. And look at this, even Nasser is not too far behind. They are on the 9th with 58 points. One good game can change their position as well.
It can, it definitely can. So maybe not. You never ever know. SUDOR, well, if they have a chicken, right? 15 points are coming from the chicken only, and then kills any. Things might change. For Wizzes as well. Think about it, right? 2 good kills.
Exactly.
That's what they need.
Well, the stakes are getting higher and higher, and as we move on along, talking about higher stakes, well, we have some incredible news to share with our fans and viewers. We have the PUBG Mobile reunion party that we're going to be throwing, and this will include, well, wonderful gifts available for all of our lovely viewers, and this is going to be possible by just joining into the game. All the modes that you've played earlier are coming back into the game now with the Kindi, with the, well, again, I mean, this is just so much of nostalgia that's been brought on from this reunion party, and that's not all, because like I said, the rewards, yep, they are going to be continuing every single day. Just log in and get permanent free items, limited time UC. And that's not all. A new character is going to be available for you guys to play along with her flashy outfits that are all coming out into the game. And this is where you thought this is it? Nope, that's not it, because there is also a collaboration with football team Liverpool to win the permanent backpack. Look at that, to be able to support Liverpool and be able to flaunt it in the lobby as you play along. Last but not the least is going to be this world-leading hypercar, a custom-made Jesco by Koenigsegg is available. Try out the lightning fast ride. Go to in-game and get one for yourself. Only available till the end of November. So get busy and of course get sharing. Along with that, we shall move on along as we've got 2 games remaining. A lot is on the line. As we did talk about that storyboard, points are so close. Predictions at this point in time?
No.
Not at all.
For last 2 games, not at all. For last 2 games, no.
It is just so close.
Let the map chance do its work. We've seen in the last few games, right? Even map chance sometimes it's not working here and there, because that's where these last 2 games just boil down to. You see Stalwarts here, but Stalwart right now, well, they're not at the top position. They might just be at the top in map chance, and Stalwart does really good when it comes down to it. Yesterday, well, they had a brilliant game for themselves. So just like yesterday's Miramar was good for Rico, this as well, today's as well. Maybe not.
Okay. Well, let's find out which team is going to be coming up on top in this map of Sanhok. Let's get busy with the Panda Bros on the other side of this virtual arena. It's going to be Pain Fixes and Necro.
Well, the battle for the top spot has never been this intense, Necro. I mean, we still have 5 teams in contention over here. Even I'm counting Cryptics in. Imagine even Deadeyes, if they can get a chicken dinner. Anything is absolutely possible, but we are heading into, well, the maps of Sanhok, the rainforest, where a lot really pans down to how the circle really comes out, right? If you're witnessing a western circle, then it's going to be maybe Wizzes with vibes or Deadeyes. But most of the time, I really like Starwood's chances at this.
Man, I gotta say the overall rankings are looking pretty fluid right now. They're looking pretty liquidy. A small mistake and the slot can slip away from your hands, and you can't really count out on it. And you need to make sure that you're taking each and every single move that you're making. It should be for perfection, especially a map like Sanhok now that's upcoming. Anything can happen, Fixes, because we know the randomness that Sanhok brings in.
Oh, we certainly 100%, Now all the players are starting to feel the heat. Now this is where diamonds are forced, or you just gonna break down like brittle coal over there. But either ways, finally the big bird is in the sky. We're heading all the way from Hathin towards Bantai. Now, well, the way the trajectory has formed, I mean, anything can possibly happen, right? Does not really matter because the zones in Sanhok are pretty random. Yesterday we did see a circle happening around the ruins area where Starwood had no trouble in getting that sweet chicken for themselves, but can they repeat it? This is the final Sanhok for this tournament. This is the penultimate map for this championship. Everyone sort of eyeing out for the top prize, the $40,000 that is on the line. And Rico Infinity, I love their chances, the way they have been speaking in volumes in terms of how good they have been with the rotations especially, and even carrying forward with that, the sublime gun skills, But now they're going to be put at test. Can they handle this pressure of being on top?
The second last game of the grand finals, Fixes. This is where it all comes down to. If you're gonna let this game slip out from your hands, that means that's it for you. At least if you're all the way on top of the leaderboards. But here we have Visited Vibes spotting the players at Deadeyes, guys. Took a few shots, gave his position away. Malik's position being compromised. But still, no connections being found, so at least they're looking good for now. I8's on the other hand as well, quite close to A1 Esports. Now, A1 Esports, again, it has been one of those teams that have been pushed out of their comfort zone. But I also want to take a look at the map, because the thing is, I see one man from Rico Infinity trying to take down a man from A1 Esports. That's going to be 9boy. They've dropped in quite close.
Oh, well, I mean, A1 Esports, they've always been the X Factor team in Sanhok, right? Because we really do not know where they're gonna drop. This is like the third or the fourth time they've changed their drop location, and this is certainly gonna be really harmful for a lot of teams, right? Especially for IA, DRS, and Rico Infinity, considering the fact that Skeeton is right beside 6ix9ine boy, and we have a few knocks here and there. I mean, we're definitely gonna get back to it, but this circle, right? This circle is really interesting. Now this can go anyways. Now I8, this certainly looks like a game that they can finally win. Now if they get a chicken dinner, they will definitely be contending maybe for the 6th position, right? Considering the slip ups. But everything has to be perfect, right? They've been having a lot of fallacies in terms of their shot calling out there. The way they're rotating, the choices that they've made, they're all in shambles, right? Everything is just falling apart from them. But if they can pick themselves up in this situation, that has to be the champion's mentality. That is exactly what you need when you just have the final 2 games remaining to play.
Exactly. That is exactly what you need when you only have. I would say this game is already being played, so when you only have one more game left in your hand after this one. So this one, I can already tell the pressure that a team like I8 is going to be having, including a team like Visited Vibes. It has been a legendary run for them. And yeah, getting our conversation back to I8, as you mentioned, the decision-making from this team has been really questionable today. Yesterday, they were doing quite good, but today, the decision-making has been somewhat of a shaky one. They will need to try and fix it out. They will need to have a little bit of pep talk with the teammates, with the IGL, and try and figure out what's going on wrong today. But on the other hand, though, if you talk about a team showing up, Rico Infinity having the most consistent and the best day of their lives today.
Oh, certainly, 100% agree with you. Just not Rico Infinity, right? It has been the MENA teams that have been, just dancing in the night today because the way they've been playing, I've been absolutely loving every single thing about them. And a lot of a lot of critics state, MENA region, well, they aren't that good. South Asian teams are gonna absolutely dominate. Hey, who's in the top right now, and
Yeah.
that pretty much might shut up every single person that dare doubt this region's capabilities, because I've been casting them for quite some time, and this has always been a reason that has always surprised me. The first rendition when I went in, well, the circles were pretty slow, the teams were absolutely lacking behind. The next time when I went in, I was not expecting too much, but then I was surprised. Teams are starting to get aggressive, they are taking fights right at your face, and ever since they have improved. And why? The competition level, man. So many teams have come in, and you've got to give it. We did see them playing the EMEA. We've got teams like Navi, who is apparently one of my favorite teams, heading into the GC right now. But, we'll talk about that later, because Team Vibes, another big team. But, they've been trying, they've been good, but they certainly haven't been the way that their fans and they wanted, right? They've had a few good games, but the consistency has always been lacking in their departments.
Consistency for sure has always been lacking, and as you brought up the subject of the MENA teams for sure, and I gotta say the presence of mind that they've been showing so far inside the final day of the grand finals, it's looking pretty phenomenal. This is where other teams like TDK, I8, they need to step their game up, because if they don't, things are slipping away from their hand, including the time of the games. And as I mentioned, after this, they only have one more game left. You can already imagine the burden on their shoulders, the pressure. They're probably sweating right now while they're trying to hold their devices in their hands. And what's going on over here? Nasser, Nasser as well, one of those teams that have been doing pretty good. They've always been kind of there in the top 5, top 4, but still, they're on the 9th position of overall rankings. Just positioning is not going to do much. It's not going to cut off. You also need to shine in those kill points.
The way Batika was really playing, the first game, I really thought that, today is going to be Nasser's day, but well, does not really seem like it. They are caught in a kerfuffle, in a really bad position, especially Miracle. But, I like the presence of mind, the way he adapted, right? Just going into the entrance of that cave area. That is where, for Vibes to actually commit, they will have to enter inside the water. And that is the moment where Miracle can just slip past by. So that is really good thinking coming in from the boys, right? They've got their homework done. But taking a look at things, we've got K7, who apparently, started off in a really good fashion. But to be honest, Necro, they sort of have fizzled out. Don't you think so?
Yeah, for sure. K7, they haven't really been getting that much limelight in the grand final, especially on the second day up till now. They haven't getting no limelight for sure, because it's just that they haven't really been able to show themselves up on the performance board as well. They're on 13th place, so that means they're not really looking good on the overall rankings. That means second day has been somewhat of a struggle. But if you talk about presence of mind, and if you talk about adaptive nature, I definitely got to give some props to a man like True Love. The way he just came inside the roster, and the way he's able to kind of make himself one of them DEADEYES guys players as well. It's just absolutely phenomenal. He had less time to work with, and he still made the best out of it.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Has to be definitely one of those picks that has really changed how DEADEYES are looking over on towards the games right now. But this game is also going to be a really tough affair for them, considering how the circle has played with their hearts and their minds, right? Completely shifting away from them. We've got to make some really rough choices. And if we could have the map feed in front of our screen, these rough choices are really looking shaky, but we do have few kills happening here and there, as Praveen has managed to find one off from Nasser. Draws the first blood though, but Nasser, now they are well aware of what's really happening. You've got Vibes watching after you, and this is a point where Team Vibes have really felt that our chances are done. I don't think we're gonna be qualifying for the GC, so might as well try to go in for the kills. Might as well go hunting for a lot of other teams. Try to spoil the game a bit. But I'm still waiting for the map feed to really pop up. It will, in fact, after some time. But there you have Killer getting one more really killer shot being connected on towards Hassan, and his teammates are nowhere to be found in the nearby vicinity.
8 minute 20 seconds in the clock in the map of Sanhok, and finally the bodies are hitting the deck. Hassan got a haircut for himself. That was a nice one given by Killer. What a spray, man. Just some insane amount of recoil control right there from that lad. And of course with the signature M416 as well. But now you have Vibes kind of trying to make an off angle on the players of Nasser, making sure if they're able to sneak in some cheeky angles on the players of Nasser, then maybe they can find another knockout for themselves that can help them out quite a lot. They've already secured 1 kill for themselves. That means Nasser only left with 3 players alive. That also 1 player's bleeding out. Finally, he will be back up on his feet. So Nasser now looking decent. I wouldn't say good, because still we know how important it comes down to, especially in those final zones. You want to make sure you have each and every single players alive.
Oh yeah, 100%. But look at Deadeyes. How on earth are they rotating? They did take the waterways, took all the way up north. Now this is some really good shot calling, because they knew, you know, had they entered from west downward, that's going to be a tough entry. They could not take the bridge because Cryptics are right over there. But they have definitely figured out a way to get inside the circle. Now this is going to be exciting and ever, because Rico Infinity, look at them. They've got such a good spot. Now they've got a good reputation of holding themselves off, because last game, if you remember, Skitten, he was taking down the players of Wizzes with Vibes, I believe, all by his lonesome. He was dealing with him. Of course, he did get some help from the players of Enigma Galaxy, who eventually went on to win the chicken dinner. But you know, they know how to hold their grounds, right? Considering how the circle has panned out, we've not really seen that curveball hitting. Maybe after the 5th circle, or maybe in the 4th circle, we do see that first whammy being pulled off. But for now, you know, all these teams, they're just trying to avoid as many fights as possible. A1 Esports again taking the center, and right beside them we've got IA. Right beneath them we've got Team Fate. Right onto the left we've got K7. So a lot of squads that they've got to deal with. But the question is, when are we gonna see the silence being broken? Because, you know, as Sanhok is really customary to, you know, suddenly haphazardly the fights just have breaking out, and that's where the hell breaks loose.
Teams, the way they're trying to play this game out, how safe they're trying to play this one out, this just tells what level of competition we're witnessing over here. This is getting so serious, and each and every single team realizes that this is the edge line. If you're not able to perform over here, that means there's a high chance of you not making up in those top boards, and that there's a high chance you're going to be missing out on a ticket as well. But now you have Fate locked their sights against the players of A1 Esports. They're looking to find themselves a free knock, but that's not going to be the case over here. A1 Esports, they found themselves a safe compound for now. They're going to be staying inside it, at least for now, but we still got to see where the next circle shift is going to be hitting, because if it moves away from A1 Esports, we know A1 Esports is one of those teams that makes a lot of rookie rotations.
Yeah, I mean, now it's not about A1 Esports anymore, right? They're not really in contention, sitting at the bottom. We've got better things to discuss about at this point, you know. So much happening in the top 4 over there. Look at this, you know. Who would have thought we're heading into a final game, which, you know, with 4 teams, anybody could, of course, win that one out. And even if Deadeyes gets this, anything is even possible as well. And I'm really liking how they're making their entrance inside the circle. The big question is, are T2K anticipating this? Are they going to be anticipating, you know, an attack from their backlines? But DRS, Nima, he's got his eyes set at the players of T2K. And True Love, finally, he's making a rotation inside the circle. Now, Shifu, he's going to be the first person in contact with the players of T2K. But the big question over here, Necro, is, are they going to engage in a battle?
That's what I'm wondering as well. But you know what? I really want Wizzes Vibes to actually qualify for the PMGC as well, because this has been a legendary run for them, and I really want them to be on that top board. But hold on to my words over there. Fate. One man goes down. It's Lath who followed down. Oh, he's bleeding to his death as well. And guess what? On the other hand side, it seems like Stalwart Esports as well. They have challenged a fight against Rico Infinity. The opening has been found over there. And same thing goes over here as well. Vibes, they have found an opening on the players of Fate. They're looking to compromise on it. They're looking to capitalize onto it. But it seems like they're just not able to find the second opening. And this is what they really want. But also see one man from Fate. He is quite far away from the team. He can make a few things happen over here.
Oh, he certainly can, but at the same time, Sanhok is definitely not a game where you're going to be making distance. You're going to be keeping distance from your teammates, right? Because any single moment you might get shot from a completely different team altogether. But look at Jiggle. He's got his eyes set at Isavi. He's just waiting for him to come out in the open, make any mistake. But no, Team Vibe, they're getting impatient. They want to go for the kill. They know that he's all by his lonesome. They have isolated him over here. And, well, Isavi, he's not going to bow out without a fight. Lobs a grenade, gets the players to a really low HP as he's going to try and contest this one. As Praveen is right in front of this. Praveen, trying to really readjust himself, has taken quite some damage over there from Killer.
No,
And Isavi needs to get the first aid, but no, just too late. As Team Vibes, they are looking really fierce. And, these are the teams, the X Factor teams that do not really stand a chance to qualify, but they are starting to rack up all those kills. That is going to completely change the perspective of how we look at this game of Sanhok.
That's for sure. But I'm still wondering, did he not hear the sound cues? He was running right behind him and he decided to stop. He decided to pop a first aid. That's quite a questionable choice from his side as well. But now Fate, they're left with only 2 players alive, if I'm not mistaken. And they're going to be heading right inside the zone. They are trying to aim for the compound that is right in Quarry, or at least right next to Quarry. They will be having a safe route towards there. As I talk about safe things, no, it's not going to be safe anymore because A1 Esports have spotted Fate out. The target has been acquired. Now they're just looking to terminate it.
At this point, I believe Isavi was hearing the sounds of his heartbeat louder than those footsteps, right? Considering the situation he was in. I mean, that would be absolutely every single player. And, this is such a big stage. But A1 Esports finally managing to take a squad down. And they've secured themselves those 2